of the group and the group energy. And if you can see it, it's like the everyone is like pointing their wand in the
it's
same
fantastic,
direction.
all at the fire.
In the Wizard's Tarot, it's a card of cooperation.
Wow.
But it's about adding.
I'm taking a photo of it, everybody.
Adding your energy and doing your part to make an ideal even larger.
I think it's the official card of Lightworkers Unite.
It is about how people can bring different gifts, different elements, different talents, but if it's all working towards the same goal, then we're one step ahead of the game there.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a great card.
That's so awesome. Okay, so 5 of Wands, the official card of Lightworkers Unite. Remember that, folks. And 818-437-0886. That's if you want to get on the air with us, and we would love that. And I actually just took a photo of that live on video because that's the kind of nerd that I am.
What? And so it like ends up on Facebook, right?
It may, or Instagram.
Instagram.
Fantastic. Or I may just make that announcement. I may put it up on I'm going to create a Lightworkers Unite Facebook page soon. Mm-hmm. And if you go to youtube.com/Sheena Metal, you can see all the Lightworkers Unites up until now. We've done 17 of them. This is the 18th. And you can see them all and watch them all the way through and enjoy people getting readings. And it's readings and healings and spiritual counseling and whatever you need live. And Jason's, for the first time, you brought cards. So we're going to have cards on Lightworkers Unite for the very first time.
I feel special.
I feel we're special to have you.
Bringing cards.
And why don't you show everyone your Malacat? So I collect Malacats, Malachite cats. And I have kind of a weird thing with them. When I saw Jason's, I got so excited because I have a strange thing with Malacats where every time I find one, then within a month or so, I wind up adopting a cat that looks just like the cat that I have found the Malacat.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Even I had a cat once that he sort of looked like a lemur and a timber wolf bred. He was got a grayish blue shaggy hair, a super long squirrel tail, and these really big giant ears. And somebody had actually carved one of those with giant ears.
Wow.
And then there he was.
Well, it's like you don't have to, since this is not officially your Malacat.
I don't have to get another cat. No, because we're not in the market for a cat right now.
No, it's like...
no, which is why I have not been, when I see the Malacats now in the stores, I just keep walking right now.
Yeah,
because we're too busy.
Keep them over here.
And also I have a very jealous Scorpio blue at home. Yeah, we don't want any. She'll have no shenanigans from me. Molly pretty much runs the show. Those of you who've seen pictures of Molly on Facebook and on Twitter, you know that I just live to serve Molly. So, all right, so we're going to put the link up. We've got people ready to go, and the first 5 people know what order they're in. We take the calls in order because I am the sickly, the queen of fairness, and I'm looking to now put this up.
That was probably that Queen of Swords that popped out, like when I was shuffling before we started.
Explain what the Queen of Swords is.
That's the queen who is, the swords, they represent the mind, and it's about how one is truthful, honest, and wants everything to be fair and balanced out there. It's like you have like signs like Libra and all that are ruled by the Queen of Swords.
Okay. And what is what car? I'm an Aries. What is Aries ruled by? My birthday's a week from yesterday, 2 days ago.
There's
Tuesday.
There's cards like the Emperor. That's
well, that makes sense.
The person who has the empire that they're building, and your empire is one of love and light and light workers and
thank you, my friend.
Bringing higher consciousness in however form that takes. But it is in a communication type role.
Absolutely.
Those are your gifts, and go with your gifts.
That's I appreciate that, my friend. Everybody is looking for the link right now, and trust me, I'm trying to put it up as fast as I can. So we're going to get Alina on the phone in the meantime, and we're going to do a little reading with Jason D. McKean and me, and have a little fun. And then while we're having fun, I will be putting the link up everywhere. So all of you right now that are requesting where you can see the Facebook Live, no worries, my friends, it's coming. And you go to LA Talk Radio on Facebook right now and see it, or listen to us on latalkradio.com. It'll say on air now, channel 2, and you'll see us going. But I will be putting it up on all my Facebook pages in just minutes, because that's how it works, my friends. So here we go. So let's do this. Alina, get ready, because we're coming for you. It's Lightworkers Unite. To get on the air with us, 818-437-0886. That's 818-437-0886. And I got to tell you, this Skype system, Skype makes a lot of changes, and you never quite know what Skype is up to. And just when you think you figured out what the new changes are, lo and behold, they change something else. But it's okay. I outsmarted them.
Change is not always good, right? When it's just like on the spot and it's just like, oh.
Skype is mad with their changes. Alina, welcome to the show. How are you, my friend?
Hi, I'm good, my dear. How are you?
I'm wonderful. It's good to hear your voice, and welcome to the Sheena Metal Experience Lightworkers Unite broadcast.
Well, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
You bet. Say hi to Jason, and how may we help you? How may we help you today?
Hello, Jason.
Hi, Alina. What's up?
So what's that?
What's up?
What's on your mind, my friend?
Oh, you said what's up.
Yes, I did.
So lately I've been feeling a lot of this, really hard to talk to people about it, and I'm sure you, Sheena, can relate and will understand what I'm about to say, but I've had a lot of out-of-body experiences in the past, but lately it just feels like I'm kind of like 1 foot in this dimension and another one, and it's energy is very strong. Like, I feel a lot of energy around me with people, and I kind of don't want to be around people, but I'm very social, if that even makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a weird dynamic to have. I've been thinking about death, like just people are dying all around me. So I'm questioning a lot of, okay, well, what happens after we die kind of thing.
Sure.
It's just kind of a lot of craziness happening in my universe in that respect.
Well, I think that's a lot of it, right? Is that you, as people pass in your life, sometimes they give you a little bit of spiritual juju as they go. So you're having a huge spiritual awakening right now. And Jason's pulling a card or two for you. So isn't this exciting? Or 3. So you're having a spiritual awakening as others are passing, and you're growing from that. You're becoming more enlightened and more evolved. And as you become more enlightened and evolved, you're starting to feel more kind of out of body as you're getting used to sort of what is becoming the new normal for you. Does that make sense?
Well, it's been going on for years, and I didn't
Sure.
understand what it was until I started doing my own research and, speaking to people online, which was my only saving grace with understanding what was happening. But also, it's a very isolating feeling because, I know there's a lot of groups out there and people who talk about this and say they're there for you, and in reality, I don't feel it. I feel like I'm just like this lone wolf. It's a very so hard to put into words.
No, I understand.
And I think that's also part of why, I haven't been able to connect with the kind of man that I want in my life, because I just won't stand for the stupidity with what I'm running into lately. We've talked.
Good.
Before.
Yeah, and you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't stand for anything. You should now that you're becoming more enlightened and more evolved, you're only willing to accept the right people in your life, the people that belong in your life. And that's very much what you're going through right now, sweetheart. As you change, the world around you is changing, and you're growing faster than a lot of people around you, and it can feel like growing pains. It's a lot. Jason?
I pulled 3 cards, Alina, and a couple of them are swords, which are cards of the mind. The Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, both very, they're royalty cards, court cards. And what they tell me is that, especially with the Knight of Swords, that's a card of where one can accept who it is that they are, right? And fully, be in that identity, and not feel like they have to be someone else, and especially to appease other people, other groups. It's like you know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But with the
Yes.
with the
Right.
other cards, the Page of Swords, that's a card of giving voice to your truth, and it's not where you have to stand on a street corner or anything and preach it. It's like to people that are open, because not everyone is going to seek what it is that you have to say, and you don't have to find a group or have to be a part of something. It's like what's really interesting, the third card's the Five of Pentacles, and it shows like two people are kind of on the outside, or they know what it's like to be outside of a group, or the institution, or kind of the normal, the accepted, and it feels like that's a card of sanctuary, and it feels like you can be who you are, and just kind of seek out like a small group of people to be a confidant, to share what it is that you're feeling, and especially like when you're having these ideas of spirituality and of death, and some of these larger ideas and all. It's like again, not everyone is. Most people are kind of in their normal 9 to 5 work world,
Exactly.
right? And it's like
Right.
they
Sleep.
don't want to talk about like the bigger issues. And
No, for sure. And I love talking about that stuff, and I feel like I'm constantly speaking it to connect, and like, okay, I wonder if this person's going to talk about what I think I want to talk about, and then it just goes, like you said, the 9 to 5 mentality, and nothing's wrong with that, because I was there before. I was in corporate America, and I did that whole thing, and it was just, killing my soul slowly. But, with what you said earlier about the voice, I sing. I'm a singer, so that's also another frustration that I've been running into, is finding, the people that I can work with and connect with that are, that I want to work with, who are not flaky and not, unethical and doing drugs and all that stuff. I do not want to be around that stuff. And I'm very strong-minded and opinionated in a way where I'm not going to let anyone, mess with me in a negative way.
yes.
But I have so much love and positive vibes to give out. It's sometimes I feel like, especially when I'm singing and performing, it's overwhelming, but in a good way, because I'm so grateful. But it's almost like, wow, like, is this person being genuine, or what do they want from me? And I'm not paranoid, but at the same time, it's just, again, with the energy, it's like what I feel, what I'm sensing, and it's hard to put into words, honestly.
No, I think it's everything that I've told you and everything that Jason has said, that you're feeling the difference and you're feeling like an outsider because you've changed from a lot of people that were in your life. And now the things that are important to you, the things that matter to you, are not necessarily the things that matter to people around you. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with them. It's just that now, in addition to those folks in your life, you need to find sort of a circle of soul people that really are where you're at, so that you don't feel like you're alone. And we've all gone through that.
Right.
All of us that have sort of awakened in that sense have gone through that, where we've had to, in addition to folks that we love for who they are, we've had to find people who really sort of sing our song and speak to our souls, which is one of the main reasons that I've put this Lightworkers Unite group together, because I want people to see that there are people who are awake and who do what we do, that we love each other and we're friends and we're working together to make everybody better, and there's not competition and we're not working against each other, and so that other people feel like they're free to come and join us and explore and grow and learn how to expand on their own gifts as well.
No, that's beautiful, and that's great that you're doing that. I mean, it's a beautiful thing for sure.
I feel
100%.
that our responsibility to ourselves is to know our truth.
I agree.
And to speak our truth. And we will find those people that gravitate towards that. And we will put off those that are not on that same frequency. And, I feel it is important to, either create your own place of sanctuary, where it is that you can just completely be yourself. And if you find, one other person, that you can talk to, that's like amazing. There are so many people in the world who don't even have that one person, because it's about, that balance of knowing who you are, but also being open to allowing, if someone is just maybe kind of there at the same frequency, allowing them into your life too.
Mm-hmm. You're going to meet all kinds of new people, sweetheart, that you never thought you were going to meet and you never thought you were going to be friends with. And when you meet the right guy, this is going to be a guy who fully understands and accepts 360 of you, and that means your whole spiritual side too.
Well, why do I keep attracting the ones that I don't want? That's an issue.
Because you're a light, my friend, and the more you step into the light, the more the dark pays attention.
Oh boy, is that ever true?
Oh my God, that is just a thing, sweetheart, and we've all been through that too. Seriously, it's like you suddenly turned on a 5,000 watt halogen on the back patio, and you're like, why are all these bugs coming? What's with all these moths? Because you have turned on the light, and they are seeking. What
ends up happening is that I turn into a bitch, and I don't want to go to that side of myself.
Don't.
And I'm just like,
Just let it go, like you wouldn't take it personally if a bunch of butterflies flew into your windshield.
No. Oh, are you kidding me? I would love that.
Right, so you just let it go.
I wanted to ask you
Yeah.
Another question really quick. I'm planning a trip to New Zealand. It's been calling me for years.
Nice.
Do you see like anything going on there? I don't know why. It's just I booked my flight. I'm going to New Zealand.
Good for you.
I'm just planning the trip. Yeah,
I see lots of spiritual awakening there. I feel like it's going to be a total vision quest for you, but I think you know that.
Yes.
I see movement there. The Knight of Pentacles is there. The Alchemist comes up, but also the Three of Swords. Which is a card of not like going there to look for like a person.
Right.
Let's say, right.
No.
It's like go there to just be open to expand.
Find you.
To recharge.
Yeah, you're going to find you.
And let go of kind of like looking for like a specific person there. Just go and have fun, but be open.
I agree. I totally agree. Sweetie, you're fantastic and we love you. Keep us posted and we want to hear all about New Zealand when you get back. And thanks for being a part of the show. If you want to get on the show like Alina did, you just text me.
Thank you, Alina.
With your name and number, 818-437-0886. And we will put you in the queue to get you on the show. And Alina, good luck in New Zealand. That's great. This is fun, right? So much fun. I love having you here, Jason. Jason D. McKean is with me this whole show. Kayla, you're up next, my friend. We're going to get Kayla on the line in just seconds right here on Lightworkers Unite. It's the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio. And I pretty much am mastering this Skype thing. If you all wonder what I'm doing while you're watching the video, because when I was just audio only, I could hide all of my tricks and secrets. I'm taking your numbers that people are texting me, making note of them, putting them in the system so I can call people, running the board, and making sure I put the link everywhere on Facebook. But aside from that, I'm really, and reading. But aside from that, I'm really just not doing anything. Except just sitting here, just staring into the camera.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Not doing anything. That's what I'm doing.
Are you playing solitaire?
That's what, exactly.
Like,
solitaire.
No.
Yeah, you look like you're playing solitaire. Are you playing solitaire?
Maybe.
Kayla, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here, my friend.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. What's on your mind, my friend? Say hi to Jason.
Hi.
Hi, Kayla.
Hi. So I was just wondering if either of you could pick up on anything with my current situation with my relationship, because it seems so like back and forth and wishy-washy that it's like nothing's really going in my favor. And I feel like for him, it's because he needs to figure some things out spiritually.
Yeah, I agree. And grow up a little bit, right? He needs to grow.
Yes.
Up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up and out. Jason, what do the cards say?
I get, I read 3 cards just to let people know, too. It's just my process. The 10 of Wands comes up, the card of burden, where there's a responsibility on maybe his shoulders there, where he may not feel like he actually can go to like the next level there in your
Right.
relationship and all. Also, what comes up is the Queen of Cups, which is a card of deep sensitivity. And you know, if it's you, Kayla, you know, it's about kind of like needing more, kind of the key word like need, being in a place of you know, needing a lot of maybe reassurance or validation, or attention, you know, like where he may be you know, just kind of wired to just give like only like a certain amount, and it's almost like he's filling a quota or something, and it's like
Right.
like he's just not like ready to go to that next level, or he's wired for it, you know. Not everyone
Yeah.
is wired to like go to that more committed level.
Yeah, I agree. It's like there's a depth difference in how low, how deep you will go, and how passionate you are, and how much he can follow you, right, Kayla? And it's like he just
Right.
can't follow you all the way, and you're perpetually frustrated by it.
Yes.
Jason?
Yeah, and in between there is the World card, and the World card, it's like the completion of a go round of the major arcana in the tarot, but it's like where there's an opportunity to you know, to start the next pattern or the next cycle, like with more awareness, with more wisdom, you know, with a higher perspective. And if you know what you want, and you're able to tell him, and you know, have like a real, like, you know, heart to heart talk, and tell him, you know, what it is that you want for yourself. You know, because in relationships, it's like communication is key, and and see, you know, where it is that, you know, is he willing to rise up to that place in you know, matching that vibration, that you know, again, kind of where it is that you see the two of you, and see if those visions match.
Yeah. I really feel, Kayla, like he's terrified to really commit, right? So
Yes.
it's like he becomes almost paralyzed when it gets deeper than he can go, and then he pulls inside of himself and becomes almost, it feels like he's becoming very aloof and detached and disinterested, right? And then you
Yep,
sort of have
exactly.
to reel him back in again, and you guys have the talk, and he says he's going to be better, and then everything's fine, and then when things start to get really serious again, he does the same thing. And you're becoming, it's interesting when you said the card of the burden, Jason, it feels like you, Kayla, are beginning to feel burdened by the fact that you can never sort of get past this wall in him.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's a lot to do with his past relationship, because he was engaged before me, and he found out that she lied a lot and did things behind his back, and then she up and left him with no warning, and he's always told me that he's afraid because he thinks I'm going to do the same thing.
Right. Well, and she was very narcissistic, right? So he's sort of dealing with a little bit of narcissistic abuse from having dealt with her. So he's damaged from it, and he's having trouble really letting that relationship go. And I think there's a difference. I think we think sometimes if we don't want to be in a relationship with someone anymore, that we've let that relationship go. But there's a big difference in saying I don't want to be with you anymore, and really letting the emotional and spiritual effects of how that relationship made us feel go. And sometimes we let go of the relationship, but we don't let go of the abuse. And he's still kind of hanging on to it. And it, you know, he shut down to protect himself from her ugliness. So now his natural go-to is to shut down. And somebody in his family, right? Somebody in his upbringing is like her.
Yeah, his dad.
Yeah. So there you go. So he picked her out because he was used to shutting down. So the familiarity of crawling inside of himself when it gets too scary, that's just what he does. And he's a sweet guy, and he's crazy about you. He's just going to take a lots of time, love, and tenderness and patience. And if you think he's worth it, and only you can decide that, sweetheart, then you have to be sure that you don't allow your frustration level to get to the point where you're not enjoying your quality of life every day because you're so frustrated about this. So you have to find a way to come together. And even like Jason said, sit down and have that heart to heart and say, look, I know this is how you are. I mean, I know you've discussed these things before, but have a big one and say, I know this is how you are because this is how she treated you. This is what your dad was like. And you know that we are different and I'm different, and you just have to trust me that I'm going to be different. And if anything I do starts to trip your triggers and make you feel like it's her again, then just let me know, and I'll know that's a place that makes you uncomfortable, and we'll talk about it.
Right. Yeah, and with what Jason said with the burden and finances, he hurt his back in January, and I had my daughter in November, and so his pay got cut in more than half.
Wow.
And he was the sole provider, and I feel like when that happened and he found out that he was going to be basically on short-term disability, he really got scared.
Of course.
About everything.
Of course.
That's like a real hit for a guy too.
Yeah.
Because that's where we live is in that place of being a provider of our work. As far as like our identity, it rests a lot in those areas, and it's an opportunity for you, Kayla, to activate, a very, deep part of yourself, that heart center. I see that Queen of Cups as being one of the most sensitive, cards in the deck, and really being able to use that power, because it is a power to connect with people on a heart level, and to speak in ways that allow for someone else to, show their true feelings, and create like that safe space for him to, show if he is like in that place of perceived weakness, or feeling bad about himself, feeling bad about the past. It's like there's an opportunity to help him heal. It's not fully on your shoulders to, like make him heal, but it is like it's an opportunity for him to shed the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's super important, my friend. It's important for him. He's a lesson for you, and you're a lesson for him. Your lesson is that you always do this, right? You always give too much. You're always the one sort of putting up with everything. You're always the one kind of mothering your partners through everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is the time where you have to stand up for yourself and say, I don't want to be that person. I want a partner. I don't want another child. And right. And you need to tell him that, but also not make him feel like he's a child because he hurt himself. Because obviously, Jason's right. That's a big deal with guys trying to be providers.
Yeah.
Unless you're like me and you date guys in bands. Guys in bands seem to sometimes, Jason, not have any worries about being providers. They're happy to live with you while you work a job, and then all their bandmates come and live on your couches. Or maybe that's just my life.
No, that is pretty much it. That is the life of the musician / artist.
That's fantastic. Kayla, you take care of yourself. We love you, sweetheart, and we're so glad to be able to help you today. We hope we did.
Bye,
and let us know how you're doing, and we'll talk to you soon. We're just kidding, because we're both musicians, but I've never lived off a partner. I don't think I've ever even have a partner pull half their weight. Maybe once. Mostly I'm the one I know where Kayla's coming from, because I'm a person who has mothered my partners. And it's not, in the end, it doesn't make you feel good.
You're like the emperor, though. It's like we were talking about the cards that Aries rules by, right? And you're just like a force of nature going out into the world and like, building your empire.
Taking care of everyone.
Right.
Welcome to my empire, grasshopper.
Wait a sec. I'm the wizard.
But I'm the emperor. And every emperor needs a wizard, and every wizard needs an emperor.
Right.
Thank you. I thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Okay, we're gonna get Rich on the phone now. Rich, you are up next, my friend. Be prepared. Here we're coming for you. It's Lightworkers Unite. If you want to get on the air with us, text me 818-437-0886, and I will work to get you on our list. And like we got Alina on, like we got Kayla on, like we got Rich on, like we've got people coming on afterwards. Thrilled to have you here, and we're having a good time. So, and
is that your tagline? Like, I'm coming for you.
Yeah, that's it.
Get ready.
Yeah, exactly.
We're coming for you.
Yeah, your reading is coming for you, man. That's it. There is no escaping. All right, here we go, Rich. We're coming for you right this second. That's the Skype noises. Aren't they scary? Bloop, 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 bloop. I don't know who thought, you know what would be great for the Skype update? Let's make it sound like a bubble bath when people are calling. So fools that do it on the air can have this bubble bath sound on their radio and television broadcast. Yeah, and then there's this weird little song sometimes like boop, 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 boop. It sounds like the song from Nintendo, not Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers. Do 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 boop 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 boop. I don't know what Skype was thinking, but clearly there's some good drugs there. Rich, welcome to the. There it is, Liz. Rich, welcome to the show.
At the tone, please record your message.
Rich did not answer his phone. What? After all that, Rich, really? Okay, so Rich has tried to call in before. Rich, we're trying to get you on the phone, my friend. So we're going to get Alina on. Alina, if you're there. The second Alina of the day. How about that?
There's two Alinas
How
in the world?
about that weird? Yeah.
Wow.
So everybody just got moved up one. So Alina, you are next. There are not only two Alinas in the world. Oh, no, Rich is actually calling us right now, I think.
What?
Let's see.
What?
Let's see. Rich, is it you?
It's me.
Welcome, my friend. How are you? We thought we'd lost you. Great to talk to you.
I'm good. Thanks for calling. I just got this phone coming back to this place to do some work.
Oh, I'm so glad. So what's on your mind, my friend? Say hi to Jason, and how may we help you today?
Hey, Jason, how you doing, brother?
Hi, Rich. I'm doing great.
Good. Well, I have like one or two pressing things that I just need some clarity about.
Sure.
First thing is my father passed away, and my brother did a lot of bad stuff. You know, the deed to the house. He, man.
He's trying to cut you out, huh?
You know, that's like, it's like it weighs on me. My dad passed away like 8 years ago, 2008. So but it's weighing on me, like, and it's like my dad is up there with no headstone. My brother stole my half. He told that I had a kid on the side, to my girlfriend. I'm telling you, he broke up my family, everything. But and he stole everything, and it's like, how do I get past this? Because it's like I'm telling you, it's like it's on my back, and I'm trying to be the nice guy or something like that. He has a lot of kids. I'm like, but I have kids too. He broke up my family by telling that my girlfriend didn't even know. You understand?
Yeah. Well,
and I didn't even do anything to deserve all this. I don't know. They just attacked me, and it's just like, and he's threatening me too. Like if I tell on him he did this, he threatened to shoot me on my job, and he came to my house, everything. Like,
well, it's 100% about the money, right? I mean, he'll do anything to keep you in turmoil so you don't come after him for your half of what your dad left you.
Yeah.
So if he ruins your relationship and your...
He came up to my job and
I bet
he's going to shoot me. And
he really wants that money. I mean, but this has been... You've had problems with him your whole life, right? This isn't something that's just happened since your dad died.
Well, no, I mean, we didn't have this type of a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, Daddy was here, but it is a fact when Daddy passed away, he did a fake deed. That's what happened.
Yeah,
I know he did because I could see. I just want to know what I need. What do I'm supposed to do here? Because I can barbecue him, but he got all these kids. But then he broke up my family. It's like, what am I supposed to? And my daddy up there with no headstone. It's like this issue is pressing on me. So I just need some kind of.
I understand. I totally understand. Jason, do you want to go or you want me to go?
The cards, Rich, that came up here, the Ten of Swords. It's like the very first card, and the Ten of Swords is like the most visceral looking of the bunch because it's like this person who's laying in a field and these 10 swords are in their back. And, and it's like they're being left for dead.
We get the irony there.
There. And that's like, it's one of the hardest cards, to come back from, because it's the swords, they represent the mind, and it's about this mindset that is so persistent that it's really difficult to come back from that, but as it progresses, the three cards, it's like again, the Five of Pentacles like pops up again. It did in a previous reading, but that's a card of a feeling like one is on the outside of things, but it is about how we look for a sanctuary for ourselves, a safe place for ourselves, that we're not just in a place of lack, or a place of where we're focused on what it is that we don't have, or the relationships that we don't have. And then lastly is the judgment card, Rich, which it's a card of reinvention. It's actually that card of where it does show how one can get to a point of changing things up for themselves, so that you don't have to carry this weight. You don't have to carry the weight of someone who is not there for you in life. Your brother is not looking out for you. And it's a card of reinvention, but there's a word that is the hardest word that we have to face, and
forgiveness.
Yes. I was going to say it's an F word, but then Sheena is going to go, no, don't say it.
You can say it. You can say that one too. But if Rich needs to say, he can say that F word too.
But it's forgiveness, right?
Yeah.
And it's not just the forgiving your brother, but it's forgiving yourself, right? Too, like for what it is that you have done, what you haven't done, like in those times of when it was time to speak up, or take action, maybe a few years ago, kind of right when it was happening. It's like maybe you held back, maybe it was like,
well, that's my brother, you know what I mean? That's it. No matter what, it's like, how do I do this to my brother? How do I? But he does it to me. He will,
right?
But I'm not the same person as him. But I
and
feel
you shouldn't
like
be.
I can't let it go. For Daddy needs some respect. Daddy raised us, and I need to know what Daddy want me to do. Like,
yeah.
Like, this is the thing. I know what I want to do, but I love my brother. I still don't want to throw him in jail,
Right.
Sure.
This got to be righted. This is like your
Absolutely.
parents. He said this is so wrong. Then he broke up my family, but it's so wrong in many levels. And it just eat me when he's sitting over there gloating about it. And I've been having a hard life for the longest, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your father wanted the stuff to be split between you. I mean, he wanted you to have a part of his legacy. So he's not at all happy about this. I mean, but he also obviously doesn't want you to hurt anybody or for anyone to go to jail. But he does think that legally you need to talk to somebody about finding a way to get this estate divided, because it's legally it's your right.
Now, let me ask you something. This guy, he's threatening me. So
I know.
This is the hard part, because I can't, I can only take so much from anybody, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
So what is it? Is it a danger level with all this, or what? Should I walk away like Dr. Dre did, and and he got all this money just by giving Suge Knight everything? I'm like, what? Am I the gracious guy, or am I the warrior?
Well, I think the answer is somewhere in between, sweetheart. I mean, I think you have a right to fight for what's yours, but I mean, and I think you should really focus on the stuff that was your father's, the part of the estate that's yours, not on revenge because he broke up your family or revenge because he came and threatened you. I think you have to let all that stuff go. I think that his bite is worse than his bark. I don't believe that he's actually coming to kill you. I just think he's trying to scare you. Whatever's going on in his life, and I bet if you look back and spend some time thinking about what he was like growing up, something in him has snapped. And this is something that was there for a long time. This is not something that's just now come up. And somehow he feels like, and I think this is a pattern for him, he feels like he's entitled to a lot of stuff, like he deserves stuff. And somehow he thinks that he deserves everything of your father's, and you deserve nothing.
He didn't do anything.
No, of course not.
He didn't do anything.
Of course not.
I know Daddy won, but I know what Daddy, but like you said, I gotta write it down. I just wanted to ask you guys, because it's like, it's just weighing on me. How something is just on you. I have to pray about this, like the guys to remove it, because it's like, it's heavy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's horrible. It is. I mean, I think there's something about when someone dies. You know, I didn't have any family but my mom, so my dad and I weren't close, and he didn't really know that many people, so it wasn't really a thing, and everything just went to my mom, and she took care of everything. We both did, but when she passed, I was ill prepared for how people would just show up at her house and just say like, oh, that couch, can I have that? Or can I take this? Or could I have this? Like, people just come and start asking for things and just assume that you're going to just give them things. It's a very strange thing that happens. You know, that scene in A Christmas Carol where the ghost of Christmas Future comes and shows him how Scrooge is dead and everybody's fighting over his bed sheets and his bathrobe. And that really is kind of what it's like. I mean, when someone passes and people think there's free stuff, they lose their minds. And
it's sad because it was just me, him, and Daddy, and then here come my sister, you know, out of the blue, you know. But it was just me, him, and Daddy. And it's just the wrongest to do to somebody who's been their life just being about family, not just about one kid.
Yes.
And I just wanted to get. So I just, like you already kind of figured, like one day I get the legal stuff going, and maybe I should have spoke, but that's my brother. It's like, it's still my brother. Like,
I think if you have,
brother. Like, I don't want nothing to happen to him.
I think if you have a friend who's a lawyer or somebody who practices law or somebody who knows somebody who does, you just need to sit down and say, here's what happened. Here's everything that's happened, and everything from the threats of violence to the, you know, him interfering in your private life to the fake deed, the whole thing, and just sit somebody down and say, here's everything that happened. And here, you know, here's when it happened. And do you think I have any legal recourse to get part of my father's estate?
Well, you know what? I know about the legal recourse. You know, I've talked, but it was just should what Daddy want? What do you feel that my dad might think you're like? Because I know what I want. I know what I can do legally, you know. But I just like, Daddy, do you want him to go to jail? Because that's what's gonna happen, you know.
Yeah.
I feel from the cards that if your dad is speaking through those, is that he doesn't want you carrying the weight of just stuff, you know, like of possessions or things like that. He doesn't want you to carry the weight of sadness, of that burden, of the feelings. You know, it's like, you know, your brother, if you know, he's not like in like a happy place, in a fulfilled place, because you know, anyone who has that type of need, you know, where they start cutting out family members and all that's not a healthy place, right? And it's like you recognize, Rich, that you don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, good on you. I mean, that is like
I agree.
A healthier perspective, you know. So if anyone is going to be more enlightened in life, you know, it's certainly going to be you. And having said that, it's like, you know, we have every right to defend ourselves, to you know, if there have been any kind of shenanigans, you know, legally, where paperwork has been, you know, modified and all that. It's like, absolutely, we have a right to get to the bottom of it.
Yes.
Just know that when
but
you know what,
when you go,
you know
what the thing is, the thing is, it was just like, if he went to jail and something happened to him in jail, how do I live with myself? It's that, you know?
Right. Well, and there's a difference in taking legal recourse and putting someone in jail. There's a whole big area there. I mean, and going after somebody in a civil suit way to get what's legally yours, and actually going after somebody and putting them in jail, it's two different things. And I certainly wouldn't suggest pushing it that far for exactly the reasons that you said. But there may be some recourses that you can take where the law will step in and say, hey, you don't get to keep all of this, and part of this goes to your brother, and maybe part of this goes to your sister, and this is what your father wanted, and you're not just allowed to grab and snatch all of it and run away. And it won't necessarily mean he'll go to jail.
And let me ask you one last thing.
Sure.
So my sister, that's not my real sister.
Right, I was going to say, this is going to be another problem.
Daddy,
Yeah.
Daddy want her to get something too, right?
Yeah, but I don't think he wants her to have as much but I definitely think he wants her to have something. Yeah.
Okay, can I ask you one last question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I am in a telecommunications field, and I'm looking to start a new company by borrowing some money off of one of my properties. And so I just want to know, does it do it? You know, I mean, I have a good feeling about my life. Like, I want to be a real giver in this life, a real somebody that does a lot of great things. And I just want to know, am I on the right path? You know, because it's just me on this path, but I know that it's lit. And I just want to know, am I doing the right stuff with my communications, or am I just going right in, you know?
Absolutely. Jason, let's see what the cards say. Rich.
The Wheel of Fortune comes up.
Nice.
Rich. And the Wheel of Fortune is a card of expansion, of moving to the next stage in your life, you know. And, you know, it's a card of good fortune, too, that can kind of take you out of, you know, this realm of like looking back, right? You know, because when you're looking at your brother and all that stuff, it keeps you planted in the past. And this is a card of not being, you know, ghosted, you know, not being haunted. You know, talking about the Christmas Carol again, you know, where you know, one is not haunted by the past, and to keep moving forward and keep your eyes, you know, towards the future, and in taking, you know, your own talents, your own gifts, and being in a place of expanding those. And one last thing I was going to say, because, you know, when one goes the legal route, for the legal recourse, that becomes your life for a long time.
It's true.
And it can take away from, again, kind of this energy of looking ahead and building and all. And
you know what?
It's just
right
about
there?
like cutting, like him. You know, anyone who's not on your side, it's like you have that right to cut him out of your life. All right. And
that's what I do.
You know, so when you're moving forward in your new venture, it's like, you know, it's like don't have him anywhere near, you know, the paperwork and all. So
yeah. You know what I want to say? I was thinking the other day. I said, I don't know. I just think like God was saying, it's been a lot of doors opening up for me lately. He's like, the Almighty Source. He's like, I'm giving you all of this. I'm giving you the whole ocean.
Yeah.
I just don't want you to fish in that lake over there. Because he's been opening it up for me like incredible. I've been meeting people. It's like I know it's coming from up top, you know. But he's saying, but just don't fish over there. But I still say, I own that lake over there. I want that lake.
Right.
But he said, no, I'm opening this up. So I understand. Look, it's so funny that you said, I understand, like, you need to look forward and quit looking backwards. And maybe even diving into that stuff with my brother is going to pull me backwards. And I need to go forward because this is my time for harvest and expansion.
Yeah. And when one grows, you know, one leaves the past behind. You know, it's like that very first card that came up, the 10, right? Either you can be stuck in the past, or you can, you know, change your whole perspective, your mindset, and again, that one little word, forgiveness, which it means the world. It really does mean the world. So thank you for calling.
Yeah,
Rich.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much, Rich. We appreciate it, and think about all of that, and just it's okay to go after what belongs to you. You just have to remember to do it in a humane way, and in a way that reflects who you really are, which is really important. So just things to think about, my friend. Thank you so much for the call.
Yeah.
You're doing fantastic. We're halfway through.
I've done this before.
I know. You're great. You're good on TV. Some people get nervous when the TV's on, when the radio's on.
What? We're on TV?
Yes, we're on TV and we're on the radio right now.
There's like 4 cameras over there.
I know, right? What's that about?
One,
Who are all
which one
those
is the
people
actual
holding the cameras?
camera?
We never tell you that. That's a secret.
I know.
All right, we're going to get Alina on the phone really quick now. We're going to crank through some really quick here and get her on with us.
I'm just surprised we have another Alina. Alina
2 Alinas
is not
and an
like
Alicia waiting too.
What?
How weird is that?
That's weird.
It's the AL ending in A day. What can I say? Yeah, here we go. We're just waiting here. There's the song. Do, do, do. Bum, bum, bum. Hi, Alina. Welcome to the show, my friend. How are ya?
Hi, Sheena. I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. Welcome.
Thank you.
Say hi to Jason, and how may we help you, my friend?
Hey, Jason.
Hi, Alina.
I don't know. I've been really experiencing a lot of fatigue and just a lot of family issues and a lot of sickness the past year. It's just been popping up left and right, and doctors really can't figure out what's going on. I'm lost, really.
Don't be lost, sweetie. We're here to help. It
Thank you.
feels like when you first got on with us, it feels like you're all over the place spiritually. Like you're not really grounded. Is that right? I mean, it feels like you're having a hard time finding your grounding.
Definitely.
And it feels like you're just drained. All of that spiritual flailing has sort of exhausted you, and you're in a place where you just feel drained. And that is why your immune system's weak and you're getting sick, and all of that stuff is really stemming from the fact that you don't feel grounded.
Right. I feel lost in life, honestly. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to, I'm almost 30 and I don't really have a career, and I'm still really trying to figure, who I am,
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure. Well, it's okay to still feel that way at 30. Let me tell you that I know a lot of people growing up in the arts, and Jason too. We know a lot of people that still don't have their grounding at 30. 30 is kind of the new 15, so don't sweat it about that to start with. Also, I think that you've been so worried, honey, about what you're going to do with your life, that you let that fear of what your life is to become sort of step in the way and stop you from trying things and really figuring out what you want to do.
Right. I mean, I have so many passions, and I know I'm capable of so much, but I never really fully dive into anything, and then I give up and eventually spin out, and that's where I think a lot of my issues are
I agree.
kind of coming from, and my fatigue is just horrible.
Yeah.
I can't concentrate on anything. So that's been rough.
Yeah, you're literally exhausting yourself, for real.
Yeah, that's what it feels
from spinning, from all the spinning, from not knowing what you want to do, not knowing who you are, not knowing where you belong, not knowing what your next step is. I mean, you've just spun yourself out to exhaustion. And so
yeah, you're on it.
We need to work on building your ground. That's the most important thing, is starting to build up your grounding, because the most important relationship you have in the world is with you, and the next most important relationship you have is with the universe. So the most important things are that you're grounded inside of yourself, you're grounded to the earth, and you're grounded to spirit. Once those three things are locked in, everything else becomes so much easier. And obviously, yes, you're good at a lot of things. There's many things you could do. There's many things that would make you feel satisfied, that you would feel accomplished at. It's just that you just don't let yourself pin yourself down to one, because you're not grounded to anything. So you're always floating in space, barely by a tether. And
right.
And you're not letting yourself really be solidified on the inside. Jason, what are you seeing in the cards, my friend?
It's really interesting because, I mean, you can't see the cards,
I can't.
But it's like the Ace of Swords comes up, and the Ace of Swords in the Wizard's Tarot is this big sword, broadsword that's planted in the ground, but there's this fairy kind of creature who is floating above, who's it's a card of identity, and
there it is.
And sometimes, it's like that. We get excited by kind of the new prospect. It's like, oh boy, I can do this, and then we start kind of going through the motions of it, but it doesn't start to get validated out in the world. All right, it doesn't start to manifest, and so it's like, well, okay, it's like I'm off to the next thing, because this isn't it. And what does feel important as far as a direction that can, because I don't think that anything in our life is wasted.
I don't either. Don't believe in it.
And the card of the Wounded Healer and the Page of Cups, they came out together. And what that tells me is that what you're going through, this experience, it's actually, something that you can talk to others about, and not that you're like, starting a support group, but it's almost like you're starting a support group of this,
wow.
of this feeling of being kind of wiped out, right?
Yeah.
By just your life or your experience of how you're looking to become grounded or centered, and being able to activate your voice with others, and in looking for, it's kind of like where the I'm going to use the word cure, right? It's like the cure is in the being able to be in the energy of it, and to relate with others about what it is that you're going through. And have you been drawn to like talk on the social medias or anything like that with others?
I've always been a little more closed off. I'm usually the person listening rather than talking.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been very paternal, and I come from a long line of alcoholics, and so there's just been a lot of, never really working on myself and working on others, and I'm just now gaining my own voice, of reaching out and asking for help where I need it. So that's been something that's been happening just recently. So that's definitely very valid right now in my life.
Yeah, and to recognize that your voice, your experience is valid,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the aspect of the wounded healer. It's
Yeah.
like the person who has actually gone through the suffering, the pain, and who knows, because it's not like you're relating some kind of textbook definition, or it's like, oh, I saw that on a movie of the week. It's like you're living it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And to
Yeah.
be able to talk to others about it, and be a voice of knowing that you can get through it, get to the other side of it, and I do see that. I do see where it's like the Two of Cups came up first, and the Two of Cups, it's like kind of a man-woman relationship type card, but it's how we kind of deal with others, or create relationship with others for an aspect of healing, and so that's what I would say your way forward is, and perhaps your best way forward is to allow for what it is that you're going through, to kind of open up an area that you can kind of like be a part of, and that you can not be down on yourself about it, but see it as, oh my God, I'm going through this because I'm being of service. I'm activating that, and I'm clearing just stuff out of myself too. I feel that when we have like prolonged areas of like either sickness or where we're asked to slow down, we're asked to put things on pause.
Yeah.
I feel that is a time when we do have to go inward and just kind of clear stuff out of ourself, and so the more you're able to share with it, it's like being of service too, and it's activating that.
Yeah, it'll stop the spinning. Once the spinning stops and you settle down and you become more grounded to you, sweetheart, then you'll really know where you belong and what your next step is. And things will start
It
to
makes
just sort of
sense to me.
drop. And you always talk about how you're the one at a party or at a group that you're always the one that listens. You're so
Right.
busy listening to other people, but you're not listening to spirit. So you need to take
Right.
some time and get in a calm space and really listen to what spirit has to say to you. because they have tons of messages for you for what your next step is supposed to be. But you're not listening because you won't stop spinning long enough. So you hear them kind of like, hey, oh, and then you're around and then, wait, oh. You got to just stay still for a little while and let those messages drop in so you can hear them, okay?
Oh, that sounds awesome. I will definitely listen for those messages.
Do that, my
Thank you
friend.
so much, guys.
Absolutely. We are always here for you, and we love you. Let us know how it's going. We want to know all about you and what's happening with you.
Yeah, thank you, Alina. Trust yourself.
Yeah, trust yourself and love yourself, and know that you don't need to spin, babe, because you're enough. So, all right, we're gonna get Laura on right now. We're helping a lot of people, helping and healing, my friend. Why am I not seeing Laura? Okay, so sometimes the Skype, she betrays me. So we just need to.
I thought you had it mastered.
Yeah, that's a joke, isn't it? You never have Skype mastered.
Did they just send a new update, like,
Yes, 5 seconds ago.
While Alina was
I
calling.
thought I had put Laura into the system, but let me check and make sure that I put Laura in the system because, I make mistakes. I'm a human. Sometimes you make
I'm
human.
mistakes, or sometimes you're human.
Sometimes I'm human. Occasionally I'm a human. There are those moments sometimes where I'm a human.
What's your totem animal?
I don't know. What do I think it is?
Yeah.
Elephant? Is that a totem animal?
Well, yeah.
Malacat? Is that a totem animal?
Well, that starts to. Well, yeah. That's a little bit more.
What, cats?
Fantastic.
Cats aren't your totem animal?
No.
Oh, elephant probably.
No, I mean not a Malachite cat.
No, but I mean a cat, not cat itself. I did not have Laura in. How did I miss that?
I would say like a bird of some kind.
For me, you think?
No.
Oh,
no, for myself.
For you? Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go with the wise old owl.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely elephant for me. So wisdom.
Wisdom is
or
a thing.
Panic and just stampede everything. I kind of go back and forth between very wise and serene. I will gently touch you with my trunk, but then if I freak out for some reason, like I see a mouse, then I just crush everything. So I work in Aries.
Did you know that Ganesh has a mouse as a pal?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love Ganesh.
Well, when he needs to travel, he just shrinks down and rides the mouse.
Oh. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Gives me this sort of a Jabba the Hutt and Princess Leia image in my mind. So I love Ganesh. Ganesh is right here with us, by the way. Jason brought a Ganesh.
Do you love Star Wars too, because of Jabba the Hutt and Princess Leia?
I do think Jabba the Hutt's a hoot. I do like Star Wars, but not as much as I like Ganesh. Not as much as I like dreaming about Ganesh and his mouse. All right, Laura, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you? Oh, let me say really quick, this is Lightworkers Unite, the Sheena Metal Experience. If you want to get on with us, text me, 818-437-0886. That's 818-437-0886. Even if you want to get on a future broadcast, send me a text so we can put you in the system. Welcome, Laura, to the show. It's wonderful to have you.
Hi, how are you?
Can we hear? Talk again, honey. We lost you.
Oh, how are you doing?
Oh, there you are. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the show. Say hi to Jason, and how may we help you?
Hi, Jason. My story started last year. Basically, my whole world fell apart last year.
Okay.
I became sick with pulmonary hypertension, and it enlarged my heart, and it's causing my right ventricle to fail. I've gone into a lot of diagnoses with different pulmonologists, and they finally came up with the thing saying it's not curable, but it hasn't gotten any worse. But anyway, my husband basically got sick about the same time I did last year, but his was a lot more terminal than mine. He came down with the adenocarcinoma stage 4, and it had already metastasized to his bones. And basically, he passed away this past November.
So sorry, sweetheart.
3 days after Thanksgiving. But my question is why he left me the way he did. I mean, I don't understand why he left me the way he did.
Oh, sweetheart, he didn't have any choice. Babe, when the universe calls us home, the universe calls us home. He did not want to leave you. And he wants you to know that from where he is now, honey. He absolutely did not want to leave you. But we don't have a choice. When it's our time, it's just our time. You know?
Well, at the time, we were both in New York when basically a lot of this happened. But his family, I thought, were going to help us, but it turned out they didn't.
No.
He basically abandoned me where I was to live with them, and that I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he did that.
He was just scared, and he thought he needed someone to take care of him, and they convinced him they were going to take care of him, and he was in a weakened place because he was sick because of all the medication he was on, and he didn't know what to do. Sometimes when folks are really sick and they're terminal and they're going to pass, they're not really thinking in their right mind.
Well, I mean, it really hurt me.
Sure.
I mean, I just couldn't understand it for the life of me, because I thought we should have been together at the end, and we weren't.
I know, sweetheart. I'm so sorry.
Since he passed, have you had any dreams of him?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but they're confusing. I don't understand them. And
what happens in the dream?
Before he passed away, he did tell me he wanted me to find somebody else and be happy again. But you know, that was the last thing on my mind. But
sure.
I just don't understand why he chose to live with them. You know, even though I was sick too, I just thought we should be together. Yeah. And I tried to tell his family that, and they just weren't listening to me.
Right. Well, they wanted him there because that's what they wanted, and they wanted what they wanted. So that was... Who's the really strong female in his family?
His mother.
Yeah, she's really, really really tough, right? And she wanted what she wanted.
Oh, yeah. She basically took over when she found out.
Yeah.
What was going on with him.
Yeah.
But he was in a lot of pain, was he not, with with it going to his bones?
He told me he wasn't. That was the strange part.
Yeah, he thought he was sparing you a lot of it. That was part of it.
Yeah.
You know the way that sometimes animals in the wild will crawl off somewhere away from their pack to die? He was trying to spare you how ugly it was going to get because it terrified him.
Oh, wow.
It actually wasn't as bad as he thought it was going to be. He passed faster than he thought. So it didn't get as ugly as he thought it was going to be, but he just didn't want you, when you were already sick, to also have to deal with the burden of taking care of him because he thought it would be too much strain on your heart.
Well, when I told him I couldn't stay there, you know, being as sick as I was too, and him not coming back, I told him I'd have to go and I'd have to leave. Because I couldn't live without him, and I told him that. And I gave him every chance to come back, and he didn't. He just chose to stay there. So I came down to Florida to live with my dad.
Yeah, he you know, I pulled some cards there.
Please, Jason.
And you know, it's like the cards that come up. They're very powerful in this respect, you know, and it's like, you know, he does want you to let go of like his form. Not that you ever let go of you know, his spirit or the feelings that you had for him, in the sense of, you know, where you can move on, you know, and you know, part of one of the more powerful cards, the High Priestess, comes up, which is the card of the person who's able to you know, go into their own intuitive space and have like dreams of people. Has he said anything that has stood out in your mind?
Through my dream?
Yeah. Or any actions that have kind of stood out, that have been like significant?
I guess wanting to still be here is a feeling I got from it. That he wished he was still here.
Yeah.
That kind of feeling like that. But I mean, we were really close. All my friends. I used to live in Texas near Glenda. She's on the line now. We were close. I was close friends with Glenda. And, I mean, all my friends knew how close me and my husband were. And I mean, he was always calling me at work, and you know, we were always in our times off, because when I was working, we were always together doing things, and then we were just really, really close. And then when he did that, you know, when he decided to live in her house instead of be with me, I just tore me up.
Yeah, I mean, you know how I feel about that too. I mean, as a man, you know, it's like, you know, it's like the relationship he had with you was like very special. You know, I mean, he loved you, and it's you know, he didn't want you to see him also like being sick and just degrading, you know, falling apart. You know, it's like it's hurtful, you know, for a guy to be strong and then not be strong, you know, to like just kind of start losing it. And because it's a relationship of love that's by choice, and all, he I think he was afraid that you know, you might stop loving him and all. But you know, if he's with his mom, it's like, you know, mom was there from day one, you know, cleaning his dirty diaper, and you know, it's like that's a totally different relationship, right? And so you know, it's when you're in spirit now, it's like, you know, I think he wants you to remember him, but not to hold on to, you know, to not be unhappy, you know, and it's natural to you know, to grieve, and it's fresh, you know, and that's all right, and you can grieve as long as you want. That's up to you. But I feel that he, like, I think he wants you to you know, keep living, to be strong. Yep. And listen like in the next week or so. I think he's going to come in a dream that you know, he's going to be very kind of succinct with you. Yeah, he's going to tell you he's okay where he is and that he's happy, and he just wants you to be happy, and he's waiting for you. You know. He he didn't want you to get sicker. He didn't want you to get sicker taking care of him. And that was actually he thought it was a very noble thing to do. It was actually kind of a dumb thing to do, but he didn't know that. He was trying to, his heart was in the right place. Love is not the most logical. No. It might be the least logical. It's close to being the least logical.
He tried to tell me in so many words at one point when he was still there that he didn't want me to see it. And I said, well, we're married. We're supposed to be together through sickness and health. I told him, and I you know, I realized I'm sick too, but I told him that we needed to be together, and he just couldn't see it that way, I guess. Yeah, he was tough. He was like the frontiers guy that crawls out into the middle of the woods to die because he doesn't want to trouble anybody. Sweetie, he's with you all the time, and he loves you, and we love you, and we appreciate the call. And you let us know how you're doing. You hang in there. It's going to get so much better. Just know that when he comes to you in the dreams and he's talking to you, remember, even if you get up in the morning and write it down, he has messages for you, and mostly just wants you to know how much he loves you. So, yeah, blessings to you. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for the call. Lightworkers Unite, if you want to get on the air with us, 818-437-0886. That's what you do. You text me at 818-437-0886. Jason D. McKean is here with me. I love you with those cards, my friend. I love the aspect of the cards added in, because I'm such an empath. I just feel people and start blathering. So the fact that you have like little tools of proof, I'm getting all about that. That's fantastic. And you brought a Malakat and a Ganesh, and I just touched your Ganesh. And an owl and a wizard. And an owl. Oh, that's you. You're the owl and the wizard, right? That's right. My mom loved owls, and she was very much a wizard. The owl was a big thing for her. All right, we're going to get Lindsay on the phone now. Lindsay, we're coming for you. I said it again, Jason. I can't help myself. Get ready, Lindsay. Here we go. It's almost time for you to meet the Lightworkers Unite. Here we go. Lindsay, welcome to the show. It's such a thrill to have you here. Again, everybody, if you want to get on with us, text me, 818-437-0886.
That's 818-437-0886. If we don't get to you tonight, we're doing it all over again on Monday with my good friend Patty Negri will be here, and Jason's good friend. So check us out then, 5 p.m. on Monday. And then I'm doing again a special broadcast at 7 p.m. for my Raising the Vibration show. And we're doing a special Lightworkers Unite again with my wonderful best friend and sister, Ellie Weiss, will be with me. So Lightworkers Unite a lot. I'm loving it. Welcome to the show, Lindsay. How are you, my friend?
I'm great. How are you?
Wonderful. Great to talk to you. Say hi to Jason, and how may we help you?
Hey, Jason. I would just love some of your input on just this whirlwind of things that have been happening for the last year.
Sure.
Some kind of mystery ailments, and also just aspects of work and home life. Just wondering if there's anything that you see changing.
Okay, let's talk about your health first. What's going on?
It all involves my stomach.
Okay.
It has a lot to do with being unable to gain weight and also having these terrible stomach attacks, stomach aches. I've done a ton of diagnostic work in the last year and come up with no answers.
Okay. Have you done an allergy test?
I have.
Okay. Have you done the extra allergy test? Because there's the regular one, and then there's the super crazy one with the thousands of stuff. Have you done that one?
No, I haven't.
It feels like you have an intolerance to something that you're eating.
Definitely. I just cannot figure out what that is.
Have you started eliminating things and tried to do that?
Oh, yeah. I've done a ton of that. And everything that I've thought may be the cause turns out not to be.
Okay.
There isn't really a pattern that I can find.
Are you taking a live culture acidophilus, a probiotic?
Yes, I've done that.
Okay. Keep doing that.
I'm doing digestive enzymes and all
Good.
kinds of other supplements.
Do that. Yeah, something is going on where you have an intolerance to something that's in your food. Did you quit sugar?
No. That is a hard one. That
Okay.
could be part of the problem.
Because the universe is screaming yeast buildup to me. And I know that sugar and gluten are the two main things that create yeast in your system.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
I have cut out the gluten, and I do have a yeast buildup.
Yeah, you have a yeast buildup in your stomach. I mean, throughout your body, you build up yeast. So it causes inflammation. It causes all kinds of stuff. Sometimes rashes. I mean, all kinds of good stuff.
I did do the Candida diet over the summer, and it didn't fix the problem.
Okay. Quit sugar for me. Just quit sugar for me for 2 weeks and see if you feel better.
Okay.
Because sugar makes so much yeast. And I would just be so happy if you did that, because you may actually have an allergy to sugar. I know. It's like a death sentence. It's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's like being allergic to happiness. But it does happen. And it may be that the sugar is actually working against you. I mean, I eat sugar and then I gain 50 pounds. But because you have the allergy to it, it may be working in the opposite direction for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Okay. And work looks okay, but I feel like you've been so preoccupied with this that you're not really focusing that much on your work, and you need to get past this so you can focus more on your career.
Yeah, I think it has been a priority. Just trying to get to the bottom of things, and
sure,
I've been with my job for a really long time. Well, to some people, it's a really long time, and I've just been feeling like I need a change, and I've gone out and looked at other things and interviewed, and just nothing's happened. But I'm wondering if I should stay put or, just go for it and make a change.
Jason, we'll leave it in Jason's capable cards' hands.
Hi, Lindsay. How do you deal with stress? Because the the Seven of Wands is like coming up, and it's like a card of overwhelm. When we get all this just stuff happening in our life, and it's just like fighting to stay on top of it all. Do you feel that you integrate stress well, or do you wake up kind of like oh God, I've got to get this done and this done and this done, and like you're just always kind of fighting it?
Yeah, I'd say the latter. I'm definitely an anxious person, and things are I can't really calm my mind down very often. It's kind of always going.
Yeah, and that's energy, right? And it's about how we find productive ways of releasing that energy. What comes up, it's really interesting when I read Tarot and the King of Swords comes up. That's the very first card. That's the card of the writer, the card of the person who's looking to take what's inside of them and to share it with others. And the swords, they represent the mind, communication, language. But do you have like an outlet, creative outlet, or of taking?
It's a creative job, and I also have a hobby that's creative.
And are you?
I have a few hobbies that are
creative that you're actually sharing with others?
I'd say the hobbies I mostly keep to myself.
Okay.
Is it just to, because you have that interest? I'm just curious because that with the King of Swords, the king wants to be seen in the world, and to put it out there. What is it that you do?
So for a living, I'm a graphic designer. As hobbies, I do songwriting.
Songwriting.
Did we lose you? That was strange.
Get Lindsay back.
We're gonna get Lindsay back. We want to know about her hobbies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she is like.
In my hobby, I do bloop bloop, and that came back. The evil Skype bath.
No, I heard songwriting.
I heard it too. I'm just kidding. Lindsay, are you back with us?
Yeah. Sorry, I lost you.
That's okay. So your hobbies are what, sweetheart? Songwriting.
Songwriting and singing and drawing and painting.
Beautiful.
That's awesome. Those are really great hobbies. They're ones that are close to my heart too. I've been a singer songwriter and all. Nice. But I've always felt like the need to not just be the like the closet performer or whatever. It's like find a way to get it out there and it's going to add more stress.
Yes, the more that gets out, comes out of you.
That's why I do it.
Yes, the more that comes out.
Share it, and it's more enjoyable to just do it for myself.
Yeah, but it's also there's value in not just just keeping it for yourself too, and because what I'm seeing like in between like the King of Swords and the Seven of Wands is the Ten of Cups, which is an incredible card, and it's a card of the cups are about our heart center and how it is that we connect with others, and look to create a like this ripple effect in the world, where it begins with us, this harmony, and it extends out to family and friends and community and the world. I'm seeing a desire, again, to be seen, to be heard, to connect with others, and
that is spot on for sure.
Yeah.
I've struggled with that a lot through just like I mentioned earlier, the anxiety. Social anxiety has been a huge recurring theme in my life.
That which we fear is the direction that we need to go in.
Right. That which we fear builds up like yeast in the body. But seriously, it does. On a spiritual level, it does build up like a buildup in the body. So I think you're dealing with a spiritual thing, and also the spiritual thing as triggered, the emotional thing has manifested as a physical thing.
And fear is something to move through. It's like no one is born fearless. No one is, just at that time where it's like, oh yeah, okay, I am totally fearless. I can do this. I can conquer it. We all have fear.
Yeah.
And it is our responsibility to ourselves to recognize it and say, yeah, okay, I'm fearful, but I also really need to do this. I really want to do this. I'm drawn towards it.
Absolutely.
It's my purpose. And so one begins the process of moving through it. And you can start small, just hire one person to be your audience.
Yeah. Fear's been a big thing for me. It's been a real thing I've had to fight against. So I'm with you, my friend. I understand. Thank you so much for the call, sweetie.
Thank you,
and
Lindsay.
Please let us know how you're doing, and we love you, and we wish you just the best. And please promise me you'll quit sugar for 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and then let me know how it went. Alicia, you are next. No, Alina, and Alicia. I wasn't kidding, Jason.
All right.
I'm here with Jason D. McKean. If you want to get on the air with us, send me a text, 818-437-0886, and we will get you on. This is Lightworkers Unite, a special broadcast of the Sheena Metal Experience, and we're going to talk to Alicia in just minutes, right here on LA Talk Radio. And you can, Jason, what's your website?
My website, Jason D. McKean, JASOND as in Dumbledore, MCKEAN.
Beautiful.
.com.
I'm at SheenaMetalSpiritual.com, and please do check out my movement of peace, love, kindness, and unity at raisingthevibration.org. Alicia, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Wonderful. It's great to hear your voice. Say hi to Jason, and how may we help you?
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Alicia.
I am been going through a lot the last year.
So sorry, honey. What's going on?
And in the last few months, I've been having some issues with my back.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of wondering where things are going, with if I'm going to be able to go back to work, what's going on with my kids, some kind of insight to something at this point.
Sure. Well, of course, eventually you'll be able to go back to work, so don't worry about that. Up front, don't worry about that. What are they telling you? What are they telling you about your back?
They say I have 2 bulging discs and a tear.
Okay.
And they've injected one. They injected my L4, L5, and it didn't work. There's been no relief. And now they want to go in and do joint injections in 2 weeks, which I'm a little nervous about. Other than that, they haven't really been able to tell me anything.
Yeah.
And that's based on a second opinion.
Yeah, and have you been to a chiropractor and a kinesiologist as well as just Western doctors?
I did go to a chiropractor the other day, and I feel worse than I did before I walked in the chiropractor's office.
Okay.
But he said I was really out of line too.
Yeah, I can feel that you're out of line. That's why I asked. Also, what kind of stretching are you doing? These are just the messages I'm getting from Spirit. How much are you stretching, and how much time are you spending in water?
I don't spend any time in water. I'm a CNA. I'm a single mom with 2 teenage boys going to school full time, so there's a lot of stress.
Yeah, and a lot of lifting.
And a lot of lifting. I took care of horses for 15 years prior to becoming a CNA, which is why I kind of went out of the horses thinking I was doing my body better justice.
Right. Not much, though, right? People fight you worse than horses.
Absolutely.
Yeah, horses are better. They're the dead weight, but people fight you. It's really hard to lift people. I don't think folks understand how hard it is for people in the medical profession to have to lift a human.
Oh, it is.
It's very hard.
It's a very difficult profession.
Animals know to go limp and make it easier on you. People, kick and scream and freak out. And what is going on emotionally with you? Because I feel like life is kind of feeling like life is making you feel like you're carrying around this enormous pack on your back, and it's actually literally breaking your back.
I've got a teenager that just came home from placement after being gone for a year. He's been in a lot of trouble. I had a relationship of 5 years that he walked away from me, and
there it is.
I've never allowed anybody back since.
Yeah.
I kind of keep that door open.
With him?
With him, I leave the door open, but the door isn't open. It's only when it's convenient does he contact me. So
I was going to say, sweetheart, you've got to close that door. You've got to close that door because he's got serious narcissistic tendencies. And a lot of why you're feeling like your back is broken is that you're carrying around all of his garbage with you.
And my child doesn't. My child, he steals my car. He isn't any better since he's come home from being out in placement 3 hours away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All these things, sweetheart. All these things that make you feel like your back is being broken.
That and a lack of support.
Yeah, and no support to help your poor back. Yeah.
I don't have any support. I do everything on my own as much as I can do.
Right. So you need to give your back a rest, but you need to give you a rest because your back has become a reflection of you. I know, sweetheart. You need to spend some time in water. Do you have a bathtub?
I do. I have a new bathtub. I just bought a place in November, and I've got a really big tub.
Please go sit in your bathtub every single night for me. Put some lavender in there. Put some Epsom salt in there, so with a little magnesium, and go sit in there, and you will see how much better your back feels.
Okay.
And spend some time stretching. And if there's anywhere you can get to a pool, if you can join a gym or the Y or something, or you can just stretch out and swim a little bit, not strenuous swimming, but just sort of like, like you're a mermaid swimming, like paddling swimming, and let your back stretch itself out a little bit. It's going to make all the difference. Water, water, the universe is screaming. Jason?
I think that's that Two of Cups there, that relationship that we have with ourself and the healing aspect. That's with that card. But, it's like the cards of the mind and the questioning. It's like, find a way to, it can be a traditional meditation or what I would call like an active meditation where one is like sitting and, knitting or, painting or, something where you can be active in it, but you don't, you're not doing anything that's too strenuous, but you're looking to relax your own active mind and kind of take it off of like how it is that you're going to heal, because your body is the intelligence center within us that knows how to heal. It just needs our cooperation. It needs our mind to not be too far in the future or worrying about other things. It's like self-care. It's like,
I don't take care of myself. I
know,
worry.
right?
I worry about everybody else.
You worry, and that's energy that you're sending out, and it's going to all of these other people and situations, and it's about the good that we can do for ourselves right now, and this is a time for yourself, and to not and to allow for especially with younger kids and all that, they're looking to find their own way, and they're gonna screw up, they're gonna do the stuff that young kids do, but it's if you're expending a lot of energy on that.
That's the truth.
Yeah, and
they do whatever they want to do. They don't care what we say. I'm sorry, it's so true.
No, and I mean, if we look at it honestly, we were probably the same.
Yeah.
When we were teenagers and all, it's like, oh yeah, Mom, Dad, I'm going to go to church. Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
And it's like,
great.
No. But it's that mental energy that we expend too, that can exhaust us. It can keep us in a place of where we're operating at a low vibration, and just being able to sit there, to let your body heal, and where you can feel like you're being productive. That's what I love about like active meditations, like like painting or doing some kind of craft thing that allows for us to feel like we're being productive at the end of the day.
Right.
There.
Well,
I have my own horse that I do go take care of and spend time with, and that's
Good.
like my peace time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Horses are healers.
Yes, they are.
Horses are magical
I
healers.
love my horse.
Yeah, really magical healers. Sweetheart, you just need to take better care of you. Please let us know how you're doing, and I hope we helped you and we love you, and we're just thinking the best for you. We want just the best in the world for you, and don't let life break your back, sweetheart. We're here, okay? Just so you know,
Absolutely.
we are absolutely here for you. Wow, that's what I did that with my heart when my heart rate started getting funny, and I started suffering from paradoxical AFib. I'd gone through some very stressful stuff with, politics and crazy stuff like that, right? And my mom had just died, and my cardiologist said, look, your heart is like a little empathic creature that lives in your chest, and it takes in all of your emotions, and then when it can't take it anymore, it starts to malfunction, and your back is the same way. I mean, it all is what it is, my friends. So you got to take care of your organs because they're doing all the work for you. We're going to get Tracy on the phone right now, and I'm so excited about. Did I not put Tracy in the system yet? I didn't because I'm silly. So we're going to do that right now. Tracy, you're next. We're coming for you, baby.
It's not that you're silly. It's just that
that I'm doing 15 things at once.
Okay, 15. 15 things at once.
I'm doing 15 things at once, yeah. All right, Tracy, here we go. You're in the system.
Me, I'm shuffling cards.
Yes, Jason's very busy. Jason's petting the Malacat and shuffling cards. Oh, God, he's so cute, too. I have one that almost looks just like that.
How do you know
looks
it's
like
not
my
a she?
Molly now. Well, probably is a she. Looks like my Molly now.
Yeah.
Looks a lot like her. I'll have to show you a picture of Molly. I'll take pictures of all of mine so you can see them. Welcome, Tracy, to the show. Oh, no, we're still going. We're still trying to get Tracy. 818-437-0886. If you want to be on a broadcast, a future broadcast, send me a text. Let me know. Welcome to the show, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's nice to have you here.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, absolutely. You have a beautiful voice for radio, my friend. You probably hear that all the time.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Welcome. Say hi to Jason. And what may we do for you, my friend?
Hello, Jason.
Hi, Tracy.
Yeah, I wanted to maybe get a reading and maybe some healing.
Sure, absolutely. What's on your mind? Jason's going to throw some cards for you. What aspect of your life? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind?
Right now, I am actually I'm a little intrigued by the projects that I have and the goals that I have. I know that I'm being guided right now.
That's good.
We all see those numbers, the 111s, the 222s.
Sure.
I'm starting to feel the angelic energies around me.
Beautiful.
And yeah, it is great. I'm feeling very, very good about that. And the progress is it's magnificent. So right now, I just want to know a little bit more about where I'm at and with the healing. I'm also a healer as well, and I'm really getting into the healing right now.
Good.
But, I'm really concerned with the projects and the goals that I feel like they've been infused in me by higher spirit, and I just want to make sure that I'm on the right track.
Okay, Jason?
The very first card, Tracy, that comes up is the Justice card. And okay. That is a card of balance and making sure that if there's something that you feel is kind of on the wrong track, it's about you kind of raising to meet that so that it can balance out. So it feels like your efforts towards it are looking to bring back the equal amounts there. As an added layer in my deck, the Wizard's Tarot, the person is weighing a heart against a feather, and that's like based in like Egyptian mythology, where there's when one dies, the heart is the most important organ, and if one is going to pass to the afterlife, the heart must weigh the same as a feather. It's that lightness of heart.
Wow.
And as a healer, it's important that you stay clear, that you do not take on any of the the people that you work with, any of their issues to where it starts to weigh you down. It's about you being this clear conduit of healing. And it's like the second card, the Ten of Pentacles, incredible card. That's one of success, of wealth and all. But it's also a card of community, of being able to be in the flow of maintaining and sustaining a community of people. And what does that take? It takes for you to to maintain your own energy and your own willingness to reinvest in community, and also that you can keep a flow of energy going. And then lastly, the Six of Pentacles, which is a card of give and take, so that you're receiving as much as you're giving. Again, there's two cards, interestingly enough, that have the scales in it, and it's the Justice card and the Six of Pentacles. And so, they're very strongly telling you to stay in a place of that balance of where you're you are giving to others, but you're also giving back to yourself too. You're not just giving. That's
so
like
important.
a healer's trait, right? Is to just kind of give the whole,
give it all away.
Yeah, and it's like it's about sustainability, and being in that place of success. And again, success is measured by not only being compensated by it through monetary means and all, but it's like that idea of creating community and being an active part, doing your part, utilizing your gifts, for a much needed. I mean, if you've been listening, it's like there's been a lot of people with various health issues and all, and it's like that part of healing is so important right now. It's so important.
It is very important. And I didn't mean to cut you off. You guys are so on the mark. Anyone that's listening right now, you guys are incredible.
Thank you. Thank you, Tracy.
It really, yes, and it really it correlates with everything that's going on in my life right now.
Good.
And it's very inspirational to hear that.
We want to see you do so much more healing, my friend, but we want to make sure that you're healing yourself and taking care of yourself, so that you have an unlimited supply of energy to then give to others, because healing is really what you're here to do, but you can't be a healer unless you're always healing yourself.
Exactly.
And I think we both learned that the hard way. I've learned that. I'll speak for myself. I've learned that the hard way, that if I give too much, that's when my heart rate gets weird. So I have to make sure that if I'm in big groups of people and everybody comes up and everybody wants to me to help them, and I'm happy to help as many as I can. It's what I live for. But I have to know when my time has come where I then need to go be with some people that fill me back up, so that then I can heal more people. So it's just knowing when it's time to heal and when it's time to let yourself regenerate, sweetheart. You're going to be fine. We love you. We want to hear all about what you're doing and who you're healing. And everyone who's been on the show, we want to hear from you. We thank you. We are totally out of time. If you did not get on today, you are in my queue. And because it's gotten so crazy, I'm going to start just rolling the queue over. So I will text you a reminder before Monday and see if you want to be on the show Monday instead. I have to have a permanent queue now, Jason, because it's gotten too crazy with the queue. So, Jason, where can people find you online?
JasonDMcKean.com, JasonDMcKean.com, and that leads to all roads there as far as Facebook and Instagram and all these social media places.
And if you want to find me online, SheenaMetalSpiritual.com. We're rebuilding that site right now. RaisingTheVibration.org is my movement of peace, love, kindness, and unity. Not a surprise, we're rebuilding that site right now. We're going through a huge website overhaul. You can find me on Facebook, everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I just overhauled the YouTube page and put like 50 psychic videos up there. So go and check that out. YouTube.com/Sheena Metal. I'm at Sheena Metal everywhere on social media. And 818-437-0886. That's my cell if you want to text and get a reading online. Or if you want to book a private session, Sheena@IamRaisingYourVibration.com. Email me, text me. Now you've got all my stuff. Jason, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheena.
This is Lightworkers Unite, right here on the Sheena Metal Experience on LA Talk Radio. Thank you all for watching on Facebook. And you know what happens here on this show, my friends? Every Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific Time, we rip the veil off the human sideshow and expose those big old Homo sapiens at their most bizarre on some shows and at their most beautiful every single day. SheenaMetalExperience.com. latalkradio.com. You know it's my show, but what it really is, my friends, absolutely and always, it's your experience. Thanks for listening. Have a great night, and we'll see you all tomorrow right here on LA Talk Radio.
Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.